Welcome to the show. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Frenzy Friday with Boys in the Tank. I'm your host, Marco Ramos. What is happening? I am pleased to be joined by TJ and Brandon. And man alive, Friday couldn't get here fast enough this week, gentlemen. I don't know about you, but I'm happy that the weekend is here.
Yes, sir.
Couple reasons, right? As baseball season creeps along, the weather is going to get nicer here in Chicago. We had all 4 seasons all this week. It was miserable. It was snowing sideways. It's been raining. Now the sun's out and it's a little bit deceitful, as you can see behind me in my window here in my suite. The April calendar is great. It brings April showers, April flowers, brings better weather, and I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. The kids are going nuts. Get outside, do that. But also, I don't know, October and April are some of the most exciting months of sports and entertainment. WrestleMania Weekend is here. Playoff hockey and basketball is approaching, as I've been talking about frequently. But gentlemen, how are you? What's good?
We're good. Surviving.
Thank God it's Friday.
Stupid fucking winter storm.
Did you guys get measurable amounts of shovelable snow?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Easily 2 feet. Probably easily 2 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God. We literally had a week before. It was like mid-50s and beautiful weather. And now it's like, hey, guess what? Here's fucking 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain, really bad rain and wind. That's really screwed up a lot of things around this area, especially the Key Bridge cleanup. So it's been kind of a rough patch. But did you guys catch any of the Orioles Pittsburgh game today?
Did not. Whatever.
Okay. For the first 2 innings, it was snowing. For the second 2 innings, it was raining. Then it was kind of like a weird cold front that came through. And then at the end of the game, it was sunny and like summertime heat. So they literally had all 4 seasons in the span of 2.5 hours.
That's wild.
So stupid.
Wild.
And they also had an earthquake.
Game.
Dude, how did they play in that? I'm looking at a picture right now. Like, why did they keep playing? Why didn't
that snow picture is rad.
That snow picture is badass.
Rad.
Dude, like that when somebody, because one of my buddies sent it to me on Facebook and he was like, dude, did you catch any of the game? And I said, no, why? Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a rad game. Oh my God!
I mean, for the people who went to that game, if you follow us or watch any of our stuff, leave a comment in the chat or anything like that. Like if somebody one of us knows has to have gone to that game, because I have a bunch of Pittsburgh people there. If you guys went to that game, I want to know what it was like, because they started the game today at 4:12, which is the area code for Pittsburgh.
Well, that's cute. Is that not a normal? Is that a normal start time for them? Like the Cubs do 1:20?
No, we do. We had a 4:10. Like we normally do 4:10 games for the O's, because it's 4:10 is our area code.
Witty, cute. Wonderful. Speaking of baseball games today, down go the mighty Dodgers to the Cubbies. I did sweat it out a little bit because the Dodgers started to score when I started to run my mouth. And
keep it zip.
My bad. Got to keep it interesting. Keep the viewers engaged.
Swansby hit a nice one.
Swansby had a really nice.
Swansby had a nice one. Suzuki had 3 RBI. Rookie of the year, Michael Busch hit his first home run. But the gambling, the gambling man hit a home run. He should be suspended. He should be banned. Otani went yard, and it's but let the investigation play through. We'll be good with that.
No, that was an interesting game to watch.
Yeah, that was a very great game. I caught little snippets of it just I'm trying to catch as many games as I can because T-Mobile gives you free MLB TV.
Yeah.
So I can catch any out of market games. So I've been catching a lot of games. The one game I want to touch on was a history game. The first no hitter of 2024 went to the Astros, and the dude was like one of the worst people ever. Oh,
Coming right out of the gate with it, TJ. I love it.
He's
right out of the
coming
gate.
out
Why can't we go for the Chicago?
He's out in front. He's coming around.
You know, we're
very
talking
long.
bad weather. We're talking Cubs, Dodgers. Maybe we want to talk about Mookie Betts and his Hall of Fame MVP season he's having.
Yeah.
You know, we could do that. But no, let's talk about the Astros.
Right to Houston.
Dude, okay. They had a no-hitter. The first one of 2024.
But you're right. You're right. They did have a no-hitter. It happened a couple days ago. So kudos on them getting that out of the gates and getting off the schneid, because I saw a meme. I saw a meme that said you guys hadn't had a hit, or no, you hadn't scored a run since like October. So
yeah,
it was really good.
We haven't scored a run since the ALCS, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like we look like garbage. And then, like, the one good thing that we had was the no-hitter, and then we look like garbage again.
Yeah.
So, you know what? The trash cans are out. We're hiding in them now, and you're going to start hearing the banging.
You hope so. No, he pitched a good game. He did.
It was a solid game. I mean, the dude, I think
you guys needed that
in like
too.
109. 109 pitches the whole game. I mean, the kid was phenomenal. And last year he played mid-season. Like, he came up mid-season. And it was just.
So Troy, go ahead. Didn't mean to throw you off your.
I'm trying to figure out what he's saying.
So he's saying that the last year without a no-hitter last season was 2005. So no-hitters are no longer as rare as they used to be.
Yeah.
But we still have the perfect game, which I think we hold a higher standard than no-hitters. Like, in my opinion, no-hitters are cool, but we're not texting everybody and getting everybody excited because there's a no-hitter. But when there's a perfect game, like, the chats will light up. Like, we'll know what's going on.
It used to be big, like, in the mid-2000s, though. Like, obviously, pitchers have evolved, and, they've gotten way better. But there was a time where we celebrate no-hitters. They were like, holy shit. It blew up for, like, a day or two because they just
it was legit.
They weren't something that came around.
No, and I remember a lot of times, teams that we wouldn't even hear about all season. Like, if the Athletics got one, we're all sitting here like, dude, are they going to be the next World Series champions? And like 2 weeks later, there's another no-hitter coming from like the Rockies, and you're just like, okay, there you go, AL NL right there, and then it tanks.
Yeah, or it's like it's like a team that stinks, and they bring up some young stud that nobody knows, and they throw a no-hitter, and it's like, wow, the Braves got no hit by the Marlins. Who's this guy? And are the Braves done for? And it's like, no, it's just one game. Everybody gets into a slump, but it's always fun. Have you ever been present for a no-hitter and or perfect game?
Nope.
I have not. No.
Nope.
No.
I was at when John Means, actually it was in Chicago, when John Means threw his no-hitter against the White Sox. I was there for the O's.
Couldn't happen to a better team. Love it.
Yep. Amen. But hey, you know what? You said something, Marco, that I kind of want to touch on. Young talent coming up. I'm gonna tell you right now here in Baltimore, there is rioting because Jackson Holiday is killing it in the minors and he is not on the major league. And the dude that they brought up,
weird.
Yeah, I know. Wow,
that's weird.
Holy crap!
Huh. It's almost like somebody said that from the beginning. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a Boston fan too.
Weird.
Those
weird.
bastards.
Right. Weird.
Too bad.
Boston fans.
Too bad.
But dude, he's been killing it, and they're actually Norfolk Tide are actually selling out their stadiums more than Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of Jackson Holiday.
Absolutely.
This kid is electric, man. This kid needs to be like, yes, I get it. Okay, give him a couple games in AAA. I get that. Let him get some, games under his feet against some real MLB players. But you can't hold this kid back for long. And I'm gonna guess within the next month he'll be
So
out.
So here's my thing, and I think it's more just because I being so close and local, that's all they talk about now is the Baltimore Orioles and the Key Bridge. If they were to bring him in, there's no spot for him on the daily roster.
There's nowhere to put him.
He would be playing every maybe 2 or 3 games every week. He's not playing a full, week of games, which, okay, understandable. I understand that because the O's have so much talent right now. It's ridiculous. But dude, Colton Cowser is a bum, dude. He was killing it in spring training. Don't get me wrong. They brought him up to make the main roster and they kicked Holiday down. It should have been the other way around.
They're not going to go. It's for the year of service. It's for that year of service that they're going to get for keeping them down. So it's a dirty tactic. Whatever the contract, the CBA is up in a year and a half. They can deal with it then. But whatever.
But at least with baseball, though, it's more of a game by game basis, and so even if he comes up to the league or when he comes up to the league. Whenever, if he keeps on this track that he's going, there's no way you can keep him out of the lineup. He's going to be in an every other day or possibly every day type thing, but there's no way you keep him out of the lineup when you bring him up. If he continues on this trend, he'll be there to stay.
Yeah. What's up, Robert? Welcome to the show.
100%. How's it going, guys?
Hey, yeah, I knew there was something smelly in there. Some bullshit Bulldogs.
New start time, 6 a.m. Vietnam. New start time, 6 a.m. Vietnam, just so you know. New start time. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much.
You excited? You excited for this big weekend?
Oh, yeah. Big weekend.
Big weekend.
WrestleMania, everything.
Yes, sir.
Cool. How's
so kind of to get back to our main point before TJ had to bring up Houston, about the Dodgers, the Cubs game.
No one cares.
We'll say, there's a guy that I've been telling you is going to be the MVP this year. And considering he's leading in every stat possible.
Good for you.
Told you. Telling you.
Can we just get him a Mookie Betts Dodgers jersey?
God, it's terrible.
No.
I'll get him on a Mookie Betts Dodgers jersey.
No, we're getting
we don't need
Mookie
Dodgers.
Betts Dodgers jersey.
I can get one that's a Sox. It'll be all right.
No, you're getting
that's
Mookie
where his
Betts
home
Dodgers
is.
jersey.
That's where his home is. I will never. I
It's
can't wear
always-
that.
Okay.
Can't wear it. It's LA. I can't wear it. I can't wear it. I root for the player, not the team.
If he wins the MVP, will you wear one? If he wins the MVP and get you a jersey, will you wear it? A Doyers MVP?
Yeah.
Do it.
I'll wear it. If he wins it, I'll wear it. If he
All right,
wins
so
it.
hold on. Today at what time are we at? 7:14.
I mean,
If Mookie Betts wins the MVP, we are sending him a Dodgers jersey.
I'm in.
You kind of have to if he wins.
Yeah.
You got to represent.
Yeah.
You got to. I'm gonna write that down. Put that in the tracker. Want to give a shout out to a friend of the show, Ice Cold. He's going to join us one of these days. We're going to do a great collab with his podcast and his guys and what they talk about. He is in the tank for WrestleMania. Huge wrestling guy, big Cubs fan, and he's out in your neck of the woods. He's out in the East Coast. So, Paul, good to see you on the show. And, of course, Troy, always good to see and talk to you. So, all right, so baseball's done. The first week is good. A couple players are still in their slump. Nobody cares about your fantasy team, but I am winning. In case anybody cared. So, first week, I'm the Detroit Tigers of our league. So, good stuff. We'll talk about that more as the game goes on. But it's Final Four weekend. So, what do you guys got? The UConn Invitational or Clark Fever? What are you more excited about for
Clark
those
Fever.
games?
Clark
yeah.
Fever.
Clark Fever, eh?
Man, if she,
What's that? None of
because
that.
Crazy.
what? You're going to say none of that? What is wrong with you?
Who said none of that?
You know
This
what I'm
guy
more,
down here.
You know me.
You? What are you excited for out of the Final Four?
I'm excited that NC State is in both men's and women's.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, that's cool, but that's not bigger than Kate Clark right now.
Caitlin Clark's been big.
I want them to sweep.
3
Let's
years.
go. I'm in the tank for the Wolfpack.
Right.
I'm in the tank for the Wolfpack. I'm in the
But
tank.
even though she's been big, this is historic. If she goes on and wins, she solidifies best college women's basketball player.
It's already in.
I almost said it. I
No,
almost said it, but he called it. I'll let him have that
I
one.
said if she wins the championship and breaks every record, she's the greatest college basketball player of all time.
Yeah. There's no argument. You can make the argument, but it's a stupid argument. You're just arguing for the sake of argument. No, she's if she could get the title, then she's good. But she's got to overcome it's going to be tough. There's no reason why. I don't understand what LSU's defensive plan for her was. It was not a good one, and then they didn't change, and then they didn't adapt.
But, I mean, who are you going to put on her though?
Everyone double teamer, run a trap. I don't care. Do not
You need
let
a double teamer.
Let everybody else beat you. And if she gets 20 assists and you lose, fine. But do not let her shoot the lights out from Timbuktu, the parking lot, everywhere in between, and let Caitlin Clark do Caitlin Clark things and put a 40 burger on you. So I don't think Gino is going to let that happen. I don't think the Wolfpack are going to let that happen. It's going to be tough.
Who does Iowa play this weekend? North Carolina State, right?
They play
UConn. They play UConn first, and then they'll play the Gamecocks. Or who do the Gamecocks even play?
Gamecocks versus Wolfpack.
Yeah, Wolfpack. Hello, pay attention. So it's gonna be more exciting in my opinion than the men's, because the men's is just gonna be Purdue versus UConn, and then UConn beating Purdue and Purdue dropping. Poop in the bed like they always do.
Wait, what?
I think I'm looking more. So isn't it UConn? It's UConn versus NC State, right?
Let's pull it up.
In the women's.
The women's is UConn and Iowa.
So what's
and NC State and South Carolina.
NC State plays Purdue.
What's the men's?
The men's is going to be
Purdue.
Yeah, and UConn versus. Just pull it up. Let's pull it up, shall we?
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Okay.
They might be a 4 seed, but they're the real Cinderella of it all.
They're playing. They're playing like the Alabama last year.
Hey, you say Purdue is going to win this? It's going to be what happens inside the paint. That boy DJ Turner for NC State's a monster. He's actually being looked at by NFL scouts already.
But what about that big dude from Purdue? He's the
Zach Edey.
Zach Edey.
The dude that got caught with a prostitute after that game.
That was.
You ever see that video?
Family show, whatever. Come on now.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but I saw on the ESPN app that since he's from Canada, he can't get NIL money.
Yeah,
probably true. Yeah, because Canada sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, they do.
If he went to school in Canada, he could do it, but since he plays in the U.S., he can't get it.
Boo, Canada. So I don't know. Yeah, in the paint, that's going to be an old-fashioned style game.
I love that that girl from LSU,
Angel Reese.
is seriously trying to play the victim card after she was, trying to be Billy Badass, be the big man, and then you got beat and you got embarrassed, and now you want to play victim to it. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Can't have it both ways. But at the same time, right? She's, anybody gets emotional. She played up to the press. I mean, there's really no real animosity, between these players, at least
no,
unless you're on the Gamecocks, because everybody hates the Gamecocks, and that pushing and shoving match in the Sweet 16 was quite the situation with LSU. So they got some real beef. There's some real beef going on there. But at the end of the day, and this is me backpedaling because she might end up being on the Chicago Sky. A lot of my WNBA mock drafts in the tank for the WNBA draft have her coming to Chicago. But Chicago has 3 first-round picks, so we might be able to move up from 3 to get Caitlin Clark. So I'll be repping the Caitlin Clark Chicago Sky jersey when that happens. But yeah, I don't blame. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. But at the end of the day, the show's over. You got beat. She's upset. She's going to play the victim card, and she probably does get a lot of heat. Like a lot of people get a lot of heat because yeah, we're knuckleheads, but there's knuckleheads much worse than us. There's still racist inbred knuckleheads. There's still fools that just say foolish shit just to say foolish shit, and that stuff words hurt. So we don't see all the heat that they're getting because we don't spew that kind of garbage, but there's some garbage out there, and that affects people. It affects everybody in the game. You know what I mean? When you want to play a sport, when you have passion for the sport and you want to play the sport, and then everybody brings everything else into it, it's like, come on now, why you got to do that? Why you got to bring up, why you got to call her hood just because she's from New York, and we know why. We know why they say that, So right. It's tough. It's a tough get, and they get 1,000 times more, and you get it everywhere. You get it in all the sports and all the freaking Mahomes fans. Freaking oh god, Ryan Clark said that Lamar Jackson is the
every time he talks about Casey.
Oh, you want a KC tracker? You got control. You can do that. but I pivoted to Ryan Clark saying that Lamar Jackson is the first legit black quarterback that the league has seen. I don't know if you guys saw that tweet. It was about 2 weeks ago. And I replied like, wait a minute, hold on. Randall Cunningham, RG3, Warren Moon existed. Dante Culpepper existed. Like, what are you talking about? Why are we still having, like, Doug Williams won a freaking Super Bowl in DC? Like, you gotta stop having those types of conversations. Like, that's just the worst of the worst.
So I'm going to kind of piggyback on what Brandon said, and I'm going to take this off of ESPN. Emmanuel Acho, he literally said, "I'm going to give a gender neutral, racial indifferent take on college basketball star who is black. You cannot be the big bad wolf then cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. If you want to act grown, which she is, if you want to get paid like you're grown, which you are, if you want to talk to grown folks like you're grown, which you did, then post game when you take an L, you've just got to take it on the chin." Dude, he said that perfectly. And her rebuttal was, it's emotion of the game. Dude, This guy played 5 seasons in the NFL. He lost a Super Bowl. He knows what it's like to do that. But you can't say, I mean, like, I understand where he's, where everybody's coming from in the whole Angel Reese situation, where those two together, I mean, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, that's going to be the best matchup in the WNBA. And I guarantee you, it's not going to sell out arenas, but it will sell places out.
It'll sell out. It'll sell out. If she goes to Indiana, it'll sell out. Indiana versus Chicago, those will sell out. But I think the bigger, I don't think Angel Reese's game is going to translate well in the WNBA. To be honest with you, I think the bigger matchup is when Plum and Caitlin Clark go head to head. So
yes,
best women's basketball player, arguably. Let's put some respect on Diana Taurasi's name. But that matchup with the Aces and wherever Caitlin goes is going to be must see TV. That's gonna be
Caitlin's gonna be must see once she gets to the WNBA. She's gonna be must see, especially on this this road.
It's funny too because people keep saying that a lot of people are like Caitlin Clark, she's a once in a lifetime generation athlete when it comes to WNBA. Single-handedly, I would kind of agree on that one. I don't really follow WNBA as probably much as I should. But I feel like now that I've seen, I've watched her play for 2 straight years, it might be something I may dabble in because, she can drain a 3 further than I'm pretty sure any of us could ever imagine to.
She's a woman, Steph Curry.
She's got this
cool, literally.
Her style, her technique is she basically shoots with 2 hands. She uses her thumb to launch it. And that's what gives it that extra oomph, I think, because I'm not a good basketball player. I don't pretend to be one. I don't even play 2K. But that I know is a different type of a technique that gives her the range that she has. But she does it after she freaking dribbles behind the back, fading away from 40 feet with a hand in her face. Like,
That's what I'm
what?
saying.
Yeah.
Like she could be the one that brings, WNBA to where it needs to be, to be relevant, be popular, because she's taking a Iowa basketball team who is known for football. Iowa's not a basketball school. Like every other school, UConn, North Carolina, like they've all been established for a while. And she's taking these Ohio or Iowa Buckeyes to
Hawkeyes.
Hawkeyes. That was close. That was close.
I
They brought them on the map. Like they've literally brought this program now to where even after she leaves, she created something that is going to have this program continuing to improve and be better and win more titles and be up there with the UConn. So I think she can be the one to finally get women's basketball to be recognized and get these players paid to what they need to be being paid playing at this level.
Let's see. Hopefully she brings in the money. She brings in the viewing. I mean, she sold out. They were sold out at Northwestern Illinois for their ball game, right? No, they don't.
What they say the viewers was that it was like 12.9 million views or something like that.
Yeah,
12.8 million views. The most viewed game
ever.
They named, like, they went off on like as ever.
Like that's a woman's college basketball game. Just did 12.8 million views. Like these two women are creating that. Like this is crazy.
That's cool. It's definitely cool. More college basketball news. And at first I was excited because Bronny James was entering the portal, and I was like, Bronny James to Kentucky. But now Bronny James wants to go to the draft or see if he's going to get drafted. He's not going to hire an agent.
I saw that. He declares to the draft and enters the portal. I'm like, how the hell does that work?
So as long as you don't hire an agent and you don't get drafted, you could still go play. You still have eligibility to go play ball. So he's going to wait all summer and not commit to anywhere, see if he gets drafted. And then if he doesn't, then he's going to sign. He definitely should not be drafted.
No,
100%.
No, he's going to get signed just because of his name.
I know.
I don't think so. Unless it's a second round pick to some
G League. It's going to be a G League type thing, but he's going to get signed, and then it's just going to work its way up.
I think that's a dumb move on his part. I think he should go to Kentucky because that's what Calipari does. He puts guys into the league. And then him and Shepard can be the backcourt. Shepard makes all the points. Bronny James does the assists. And then he can up his draft stock and he'll be a freaking top 10 pick and he'll be a bum. But
didn't you even say that you wanted Coach Cal out of there? You wanted him fired.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I still do. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So I got to stay in the tank. I got to stay in the tank.
You still got to go. You still got to go.
He's still got to go, but he's not going. So if he's not going, then we're going to then I got to play with the cards that were dealt with, and that's okay.
Yep.
Let's get some transfer guys in because these one and dones aren't doing it. Like, AD's not walking through that door. John Wall's not walking through that door. So you got to go get these older guys and have some veteran backcourt play so that you can hang with UConn and the Villanovas of the world and these guys that have. They had one experienced guy, but they did not have enough to get out of the first round again. So. Let's go. Let's do Bronny James. If we want to be a circus, then I'm going to go. I'm in the tank for full circus. Give me Bronny James. Give me Shepard. Give me Cal. And let's go get that title.
Of what?
I say LeBron James goes to the G League for the Lakers.
All right. Is this eligible for the tracker? I don't know, but it is the Rice incident. We have more information coming out.
It's still Casey.
For the record, I was the guy that said he's getting cut and he's done for and he's never going to play again. Now we have 10 ounces of weed in the Lamborghini. Perfect. He's admitted to being the driver, and we still sent six people to the hospital, 2 with serious injuries. They suspended Willie Gay 4 games for breaking his own vacuum cleaner. There's no way Ray Rice steps foot on a football field next season. And I still think that there's no way he's a Chief. Once the suspension is over, he's cut.
Do you know where he was street racing at?
Hold on.
Houston, Texas, baby.
Let me update the tracker here.
That's a
Okay.
2-for-1 net.
Idiot. What an idiot.
Yeah.
But
What
here's
an
the thing,
idiot,
though.
though.
Like,
I just don't get it. I don't understand why. Why do you got to
Yeah.
put yourself in this position? Why? I don't understand these players sometimes. Like, you got to leave those fucking people behind. Stop messing with these people and get your goddamn life on track, because you're a superstar in the NFL. You just won a Super Bowl. Like, you're a part of one of these great dynasties now. Get away from these guys, because then you do that. You're lucky you didn't kill
nobody
yourself.
learn?
Lucky you didn't kill somebody else.
What happened with him and Ruggs?
Right? Now, maybe
Yeah.
they were sober. They're probably stoned, because everybody smokes and drives, at least here where it's decriminalized. I don't know
like the car. How much you want to bet that person was high or drunk that car got sent off into that building?
Oh, I think that was an April Fool's thing, guy.
No way. No, that was real.
No,
that was real. That's
was
real.
real.
There's a video of the firefighter kicking the car for it to fall, and the guy is scrambling to get out of the way, hanging on to the ladder, almost falling off because he's that close, and this car is coming back out of the building. Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know how I didn't hear about it. I'm in the West Loop all day, every day. I don't know how I didn't see that, but so you're telling me this really happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This firefighter is hanging off the ladder because he's trying to get out of the way.
This is. Did you see this, Rob?
I did not.
What was this?
This is crazy.
This is crazy. You're not going to see that.
Yeah.
Can you see this car in?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it
says it
I
right
don't
there.
even
A
know.
Chicago fire stunt. So it's for the TV show.
Yeah, it's for the TV show. I knew this wasn't real.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you got God. You got April Fool's. Yeah.
Oh
dude.
my goodness.
So-
that literally looked like
Yeah. Oh,
the way
so
they
yeah.
had it. Oh my god.
You don't know about here in town. You have police activity, regular police activity, and then you have TV show activity, because they're always filming the
makes sense
CPD
with
or CFD
Chicago
somewhere.
Med and
Yeah, it's
fire.
always So it's always you drive around and there's production stuff all over the place. So I knew it was.
Gotcha.
You didn't get me.
Gotcha.
But anyway,
Can I say something? Can I say something about this whole incident? And it's something that I've really started to. It's been irking me for a while. We give these young men. Well, we don't, because genuinely, if we had the money to give these guys money, we probably would tell them, don't drive stupid fast cars and stupid decisions. When these guys get the money, the first thing that they do is they buy luxury, stupid supercars.
I mean, I would
Okay.
too, not gonna lie.
I would, yeah. I mean, if I win
he's been
the
doing
Powerball
that.
or Mega Millions
Bro,
hits,
I've said if I ever won the Mega Millions, the first car I'm buying is my dream car, and that's a Bugatti. That's the first thing I am buying.
yeah.
Um,
But I'm saying, why do you want to test the limits on these cars though? Why do you want to go out? You have money to your name. Yes, live a great life, but don't do stupid shit like this. I'll be honest. If I'm on a street race, I'm getting a truck. That way I can't fuck myself up. But if I fuck somebody else up, okay, I'm sorry. I can pay for your shit.
But you can't street race. So I had a couple different takes on this, right? One, they continue to give us, the general public, stupid people, the ability to go 160 miles an hour in cars. Like there's nowhere where the speed limit is 160 miles an hour. I'm against big government. I'm against Big Brother. But
you go overseas to the Autobahn, and
right. But here in America, you got to go 85, 90 tops. Why are you giving us cars that can go 160 miles an hour? But he's been doing this since his college days. He's been a longtime customer of that luxury rental car place, and so he's done this before, and they're probably going to pull speeding tickets and other situations that we don't know about as this.
He's done.
He's done.
Did he go to University of Houston, or was he University of Rice?
He was SMU, maybe. Rice is from Southern Methodist University, SMU.
So SMU, okay. SMU came to Navy, and I was wondering if this was the same guy. He was suspended for 4 games for illegal street racing the night before a game.
Let's fact check that.
Hmm.
Here we go. And everything's going to come up because
be
of
shocked.
the recent thing. So let me see. You'll have to give me a second to
Wouldn't
talk
be
amongst
shocked.
yourselves.
God, he is such an idiot, though. I just don't.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why when you've got the success, the fame, whatever that kind of comes with winning, but yeah, you're lucky you didn't kill anybody. Whoever else is in the cars that you may have hit, I don't. And he's done.
Well, and you got to think about it too.
He probably will never play in the NFL again.
He'll probably
you got to think about it too. Like
again.
when you,
he'll probably go to the XFL or UFL or some shit.
UFL
when
is
you do
fire.
something like that, yes,
Thank
it is.
you.
But when these guys are making millions and millions of dollars, they think they're invincible. And okay, you just won a Super Bowl. What, he's won 2 Super Bowls, correct?
2.
No, that
just
was
one.
his rookie
Just
year.
one.
This is
Just
all right.
one.
So he won a Super Bowl off of his rookie season. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking I'm invincible too, and I could get away with murder, but that's true. I mean, like, these guys have so much money that they think, okay, cool, a speeding ticket, little slap on the wrist, I'm good to go. I'm in the NFL. Everybody knows who I am. Something like this, though, yeah, boy, you just dug yourself a 6-foot grave, and you ain't getting out of that.
So there's no public information that says that Rashid was suspended during his college years. So I don't know.
It'll come up.
It was. I'm telling you, it didn't come up. I got nothing. I got nothing.
No, I'm saying with this whole situation, it will come up because when we went, so we watch anytime Texas football comes around Maryland, we go to a game. It doesn't matter what school it is. We went and there were people that were sitting in front of us talking about, yay, one of our star receivers is out. And I said, I looked at him. I said, for what? He goes, for street racing. He got suspended before they took the flight up to Maryland. He got suspended for street racing the night before with a bunch of buddies. Only one that got suspended was him.
I got 3 SMU players suspended for spring ball for breaking team rules. Does not tell us what they did, and he is not listed as one of those guys. So, but there were some wide receivers, Keyshawn Smith and Romeo Brinson, through the portal. Blah blah blah. I got nothing. I'm trying to find your evidence, but I got none for you, TJ. But we'll continue to have our team look it up. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll have to look it back up. He actually has that noise too, by the way.
Ah.
All right, what's the next?
Moving on. So guys, big weekend for wrestling and terrible weather for an outdoor wrestling extravaganza. They need to stop doing this. It's cool when the weather's nice, but not. You're going to Philadelphia in early April, and it's going to be disgusting. Like that's just not cool.
Yep.
I saw the pictures; they were like flooded. There was all sorts of water, and that just doesn't seem like it'd be cool if I was a fan and I'm going to go watch wrestling. I don't want to. It's like football. It's not like a football game though. It's more.
That's not football.
It's not football. It's that would be uncomfortable. There's a lot of dead time, right? If you've ever been to a live show, there's going to be promos and no action. So I'm a little miffed at the venue and the way things are going with that. But other than that, guys, are you guys in the tank? Do you guys know a lot about the cards that are going on, or do we just know main event stuff?
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
Yeah. This is going to be a good one.
So
it should be
I think this should be a good show. I mean, I think I'm more pissed off about the Hall of Fame class, dude. Like, there's some names that should be on that list. Like, you're putting Paul Heyman in there. Now,
yes,
Paul Heyman deserves.
Yes, Paul Heyman is
100%
Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah.
That man,
he is
that man could. Oh my God, he's the greatest man
of all time.
Yes.
Yes,
oh
he
my
had the
goodness,
talent for it, but he's the greatest manager, and he should be in just because of ECW.
Yeah. What he did for ECW in that he can just talk. That man could sell you a pencil that's this big, like as the greatest thing in the world. Like, this man has been doing it for years. He started one of the greatest wrestling companies in ECW, and yeah, he's 100% should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
So
Rock's
one of the,
mom.
you want her in the Hall of Fame, or is she going in the Hall of Fame?
No, she's going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh gosh! Look, I love The Rock as much as the next guy. I don't know. I had the Rock shrine in in high school. I am in the tank for The Rock. His mom does not need to be in.
They're only doing it because of the whole bloodline thing. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
And I think
the only reason they would be there.
And this is right. This is critical mass on the bloodline thing. So it has to end now, right? That's the story that actually ends and finishes is the bloodline, right? It is the only one that matters. This whole finish the story Cody thing is cool, but there's no way Triple H is putting that belt on Cody at WrestleMania, a WrestleMania that he's not in, unless he puts him over. Unless Triple H was going to put him over, and maybe he interferes somehow or does something. But I don't see it. I don't see Cody getting put over in this one.
See, I think night one, because night where they have that tag team, right? Where it's The Rock and So I think what's going to happen is Cody and Seth are going to win this. And The Rock is like, hey, we're not gonna be involved. I think what's gonna happen is Cody and Seth win it, and everybody leaves. We're gonna see a betrayal here. I guarantee you.
Right,
Jey Uso comes back to the bloodline.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he comes back. I think they're gonna have Cody and Seth lose tomorrow. Because everybody knows no matter what, they're going to show up Sunday. It's going to happen. The Rock, Solo, they're going to be there Sunday no matter what. Even if they say, they're going to be safe, nobody's going to be there, they're going to be there. So I unfortunately think they're going to have them lose. Now I am with you. Somebody's going to flip, but I think it's going to be The Rock. I think it's going to be one of those moments where, Roman and The Rock are walking up to either Seth or Cody, whoever's in the ring at the time, and whether they hit him with a chair or do whatever, but The Rock's going to stop Roman from doing something, and he's going to hit him with a rock bottom. I think it's going to be The Rock, and then The Rock's going to take Cody and throw him on top, or he's going to get him up and Cody's going to hit his finisher, this, that, and the other. But I think it's going to be The Rock that betrays, because he's doing all this stuff that just doesn't. It really makes it believe that he's going to be the one to flip, with the L in the, pointing to the sky, what he said on Jimmy Fallon the other night, that was a tale too. He had him, and then like Roman, that's when Roman's supposed to be the guy and you're just kind of there with him. But I think it's going to be The Rock that ends up, and I think Jay's going to leave. Or Jimmy's going to leave, sorry. I think Jimmy's going to leave after, because Jay's going to beat him and they're going to come back together. And
Do we have any inside information on contract disputes or anything? Or are we at risk of the bloodline going to AEW at all?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
I thought I saw a thing today where Drew McIntyre was going to AEW.
Drew McIntyre is going to AEW.
Good.
So my thing is,
so Seth is going to win. So they're just going to take.
I think he was going to win anyways. I don't think he's going to be the guy.
So I think if Becky wins against Rhea, Seth's going to win. If Rhea wins, Seth's going to lose.
Do you think he loses? Do you think he loses to the Money in the Bank though? Because I don't think he loses against Drew. I don't think he loses against Drew. I think the only chance and the only thing that's going to make him lose the belt is if he comes in and cashes it in.
Well, you got to remember that match is the first match after the tag team match.
Right.
So Seth isn't going to be 100%, obviously.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to win. He's going to win against Drew, but with Seth not being, he's going to get injured again in that match. Somewhere where
they're not taking the belt. They're not taking the belt off of Rhea Ripley. She's so hot.
Oh my goodness, she's on fire.
I'm gonna throw a little twister on that. So you know how Brandon, you said The Rock would twist, or The Rock's going to turn. I think with the Seth and Drew, I think CM Punk comes out and he messes with Seth. And if Drew is to win it, CM Punk comes out and messes with Seth Rollins.
I can see him doing something.
I can see that. Who holds the Money in the Bank? Who's got
Damian Priest?
Damian Priest.
So
Nah,
if
he's not
Rhea
gonna win.
wins, Damian
But
Priest
Rhea
can
also
change
said
it in.
today. She
Turn it
also
in.
said today too on the McAfee show that that Seth's not the only one that they've been talking about. So we could see a double title change in Sunday's matchup. So you could see Seth losing to Drew, and you could see Roman losing to Cody. And who knows? Maybe Damian comes down and cashes in against Cody. I don't think they would do that. I think
I think
the story with the bloodline is too big for them to ruin that with Damian.
you're missing one title, dude. You're missing a title that's
It's
going to
not going
smack
to
you
be
in
the
the
United
face.
States Championship.
No. The Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Damian Priest would
No,
be
I
never
another
thought of
title
that one.
change.
But what are you doing with
Yeah.
Sammy?
That match is too. I think that match has been too big. I don't think they do anything
Yeah.
with the whole.
I don't know
with the
because
whole,
you got to think. So
Gable
but you
thing and
think about it
everything.
though. You got to think about it when it comes to the WWE. They're going to look at what's hot for them right now. Seth Rollins is hot. Right now, Rhea Ripley's hot. Right now, the Bloodline's hot. Gunther's losing fizzle because people are getting tired of Gunther just manhandling people. Bring Damian Priest in there. Now, am I going to say he's going to have it for as long as Gunther's had it? No. Give them the match. Give it to Damian Priest, okay? Let Damian Priest have it till the next pay-per-view, which is what I believe SummerSlam,
SummerSlam, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
No, there's usually one in between.
There might
Like
be
the big one,
I
but
can't
there's
remember
always
what it
one
is.
like every month. But so not to interrupt you, but so does Finn and Priest drop the tag title?
No,
Yeah.
they keep him.
You're gonna keep.
You think so?
You're gonna work Damian.
You're going to
Priest
keep
for the Intercontinental?
everything.
You know. Speaking
like
of going
that.
on your who's hot take, what about the Miz and R-Truth? They could take the tag titles because they're hot right now. They're hotter than the other tag teams that are out there. So
I didn't even think about that one.
They could see a title change on that one, which would then it could favor the Intercontinental title, but I don't really think they would go that route. They could, who knows, maybe they could go after the US title with Logan and Randy too. I think Randy is gonna beat Logan, and they could go after that one too.
Restart that feud.
Yeah, with Randy and Rhea, Daddy and Mommy.
Yeah.
They could do that too.
Well, what about the wild card with MJF coming to WWE? And he's
I heard
my
that.
God, I hope not.
I
hate
They say
that.
that
right?
gonna be
He's
at
coming.
WrestleMania.
He's coming to WrestleMania. So is he going to go after the Miz? Is he going to go after the Rock? I don't think he can go after the Rock because
CM Punk.
The Rock leaves.
Yeah, he goes after CM Punk.
He's going to go after CM Punk.
Good fellow AEW.
Yeah, little beef. They got a little beef there.
Little beef
But
with the company and what he said
CM
on the
Punk's not on
podcast.
Or does he go after
so-
Cody Rhodes?
That's true too.
Or he
'cause
could.
Cody was the original, one of the original AEW guys.
It's gonna really mount up to a really
I just
good
don't
Monday Night
like what he does. I just don't think his style fits the WWE. I mean, maybe because they're going to Netflix. Maybe that type of thing will be able to flourish because you're on Netflix and it's uncensored. But I just don't think his type of character is WWE worthy. Like it's more of like a TNA or
we've seen it before. We've seen his shtick with the Miz. We've seen his shtick with the Rock. It worked with those guys, years ago. We've seen it before.
Yeah, but he's on another level though. He is on another level.
He's good, but I don't know. We'll see.
Now here's my question with the Bray Wyatt documentary that's coming out. They teased that Uncle Howdy. Well, no, I'm saying with that already being out. But with that being out and everything, and they teased Bo Dallas coming back as Uncle Howdy. Do we see an Uncle Howdy sighting in Philly?
I think they'll do a promo, but
I don't think he. Where would you put him though? Like, where would you put him in the storylines? That's what I would.
That's what I'm saying. I could see.
I'm with the promo type thing, but yeah, I don't see.
But
where you put him in the
saying like,
storyline.
"Hey, he's coming back" or something like that. Like maybe he just walks out. I mean, what isn't LA Knight? LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight was the very last one to go against Bray Wyatt.
And that
So
match
maybe-
has no title on the line, so
So Uncle
know,
Howdy
maybe-
could come out and look at look at LA Knight and be like, "Hey, we didn't forget about you."
Where
Good.
is Monday Night Raw on Monday? It is going.
There's been a lot of hype of Stone Cold coming back too.
they
Like,
said Stone Cold's coming back. They said
Who else?
John Cena's
there's a
coming back.
lot
Alexa
of
Bliss is coming back.
there's a lot of. Do
Well,
you
it's
think
WrestleMania. An appearance, and kind of like when Stone Cold, The Rock, and Hogan were in a ring together that one
yeah,
time.
but there's
Weird.
videos of Austin like training, like actually like training.
Yeah,
So
I think it's gonna be.
I wonder
like
if he
when,
comes out during like the tag team match.
I think it's
We
gonna be
mess
like
with The
when,
Rock.
What if he- comes out for the Logan Paul and put Logan Paul over with Randy Orton and Kevin
Yeah, that'd
Owens.
be great.
That'd be cool.
Kevin, good.
Good.
the only thing I could see, well, if they are there, remember when Triple H went against Sting at WrestleMania and DX came out and then NWO came out?
Yeah.
So I think the Bloodline's going to come out, and then the two guys that The Rock had the most beef with his whole career was The Rock and John Cena. So then they come out, and then
How about Cody?
yeah.
So
And
this would be
Cody-
like a
and
this would be
Cody
like a
wins.
Sunday thing. This would be like Sunday's matchup.
It's got to
Yeah.
be two.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, so they come out. Yeah, because regardless, the Bloodline's going to be there Sunday. I mean, this is
Well,
not
Everyone's
This-
everyone's on the card, so they have to be.
right. But I mean, as far as like them saying that it's going to be free of the Bloodline during that match if they win Saturday, that's just not realistic. Like everybody knows
Even
that's
if
going to
they
happen.
lose,
Just like on Friday Night
even if they
SmackDown
lose,
when
they're still going to be
Roman's
there.
right, like when
Right.
Friday night when Roman was like, "Oh, I'm here by myself," and then like, lo and behold, he snaps his fingers like Thanos. And I think that's why I'm such a big believer, and this is where Roman finally loses his title because I feel like it's like an end game to the Marvel series. Like last year was Infinity War, and then this one is the end game because now you got Cody, who didn't have any help last year, really, in the Bloodline. This year he's got Seth behind him, who is really adamant about ending this Bloodline story. The Rock's now in there with his little shades that he's been doing. I think this is like the end game type version for the WWE, and it's going to be crazy.
And talking about snap of a
I can see
finger,
it.
because what was it? The Rock said it about Seth. I could make you lose that title with a snap of a finger.
Yeah, so they hint out like shit like that, like the Rock's this Thanos person, or Roman's this Thanos person. Like
Yeah.
it just, I think it's gonna be that type of thing, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm really interested to know, are they really gonna let Rhea lose the belt to Becky with all this shit
No.
that's been going around?
No,
I don't know. don't know.
If anyone's gonna beat her, it's
It'll
gonna
be
be
her.
It's gonna be Becky.
Yeah, because we thought it was going to be Nia when she came back, and
But she's
she
too
didn't
hot.
get it done. She didn't get it done.
They're not taking it away from Rhea.
And the storyline with Becky and Rhea right now, getting personal with Becky's daughter. And I don't know. That one's confusing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where to go on that one. That's probably the only matchup that I really don't know where to go towards.
I think the best matchup is gonna be the Sami Zayn Gunter match, though.
Of Saturday, you think Saturday's going to be
Of the whole.
Really? You
event.
think that's going to be the
Yeah,
best
that's the one-
matchup?
That's the one that's going to steal the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I mean, Gunther put on a good
It's-
show
it's-
last year. I will say that his match last year with the Miz, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
that was
storyline-wise,
a
that's-
good matchup.
that's the one match that really doesn't have a storyline. That's a title match.
Yeah,
I mean, it does with the whole Chad Gable and Sami
it's
Zayn.
not as
and-
big
thing.
though.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
They haven't been carrying it on like they have with all these other ones.
And it was interesting hearing what Triple H said earlier too on the McAfee show that after like tonight's gonna be where they're heading off into. Like everybody wants to try to classify this group of people that's coming up from NXT, and you know how we had like the Attitude Era, like that was a thing, but that Triple H was saying that was never really called the Attitude Era until like it was starting to wean out and be gone from into this new into its new era. And he's saying that tonight's gonna be the start of it. Like wherever this is heading with all these guys coming up from NXT is there's no name for it, but this is going to be
and you
the
could
most
tell
special
era. It's the Netflix era.
And you could tell just because of how one violent that promo was with The Rock and Cody, and how much cussing there has been lately.
I wonder if they're going to trying to lean towards a little modern era attitude era type thing.
Last year, you couldn't say ass on WWE.
You still can't really say anything.
It's a new company, though.
But now they are saying
a whole new company now.
So hold on. I'm looking at the card for day one. You think the Gunther and Sami Zayn match is going to be
steal
the one to take the whole thing?
It's going to steal the show.
Okay,
that will be the
So that background helps you. That just shows there's no education right there for you. You're missing two of the best matches right now. Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control.
No, that's not a.
Hold on,
Bayley was it with Damage Control. It'd be better.
No, I think what's going to happen, okay, is that for one, we're going to see Jade Cargill in a good match because everybody wanted Jade versus Bianca. I think if those three win it, you're going to see Bianca and Jade, and they're going to make a women's tag, or the women's tag team titles are going to go to them. But then this is the one that I'm really looking forward to. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to take the whole match, like the whole weekend. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santo Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. The reason why I say that, I think that if Rey beats Dominic, Dominic comes back to Rey and just
they say this is Rey's retirement match.
Ooh, I burned my finger on that hot.
They're calling this Rey's retirement match.
Extreme hot take.
I mean, I feel like he should have been retired a while ago, but
long ago.
It's fucking Dominic and Rey storyline. Like it's done, you know. So we've moved on to the Hispanic NWO now, like
Latino World Order, baby.
We just move on with the Dominic and Rey thing. Like just end it. We haven't even seen Dominic in how long, like actually perform.
Well, what I don't like about
I just don't understand his like where.
Yeah, the only reason that Dominic's in this is because he came out on Monday night, and like started the beef, and now he's instantly in the WrestleMania card.
Yeah, the biggest pop of the night is going to be when Jason Kelsey comes out with Rey Mysterio wearing a Lucha Libre mask.
Oh my God, that would be
going to fall down.
My God.
The place is going to
fall.
I guarantee
amazing. Who do you think is going to get the biggest pop going on that?
Probably.
Do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be a superstar that's on the card, or do you think it's going to be somebody that's coming back?
Oh, Stone Cold and John Cena both come out. It's going to be insane.
I think Rocky Balboa.
That's always the biggest pop ever, forever.
His glass
breaks is going to be the biggest pop.
The most iconic. I think the most iconic intro.
What if these two come into the WWE? Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey both come into the WWE together.
That's funny.
No, yeah, but if Jason Kelsey comes out there, the place is just going to fall apart.
Dude, that's going to – it'll be awesome.
You know somebody from Philly's coming out with somebody. Yeah. They have to.
I also
Bryce Harper with a – oh, well, hold on. They had that street fight on day 2. Bryce Harper could come out with a baseball bat.
Ooh, where are the Phillies? Where are the Phillies?
Phillies are at home Phillies are at home on Saturday. They have the early game Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, all right. That's a good cameo appearance.
Could be.
Is Bryce a wrestling guy? Is he ever?
Not that I
Oh
know
yeah,
of.
right. So when
Probably.
they were in Philly for Monday Night Raw, he's always been there. When he was national, he always had front row seats to to Raw in DC.
Something's wrong with my camera, folks. I'm having technical difficulties. Please just appreciate my picture while I figure out
This
what the
is
hell's
gonna
going
be
on.
this is gonna be a really entertaining WrestleMania to watch. Last year I thought was gonna be good. I mean, it ended up still being good, but this year, man, the amount of ways these
So
storylines
everybody
go.
My match of the night.
watching
Go ahead.
right now. Everybody who's watching right now, follow us on X because you're going to get so many reactions from us. Because what we don't put in our group chat, we will be putting X or on Facebook if you guys follow us, because it is going to be a hell of a night. And I can guarantee you right now, we are having, for me, Chinese food. And on Sunday, we are doing smash burgers. So, yes,
Smash
your boy's about to
burgers.
get fat. Your boy's about to get fat, and we're about to have a great WrestleMania night.
I'm excited. I'll try to free up my schedule and see what I can do and be a part of it. I'm going to some concert tomorrow, so I'll miss night one.
Welcome, Mason. What about the Seth and Drew match? We've already kind of talked about the Seth and Drew match. I honestly think that Seth is going to keep it. I think we're going to see somebody come out of the woodworks to fight him. I think when CM Punk comes back, that's the matchup where he loses it.
I think so too. I called that when CM Punk came back. I said it was either going to be the WWE title or it was going to be Seth. But I think it's going to be more Seth because of the personal issues that they have between each other.
Right.
Would just make a more better storyline than it would be to just insert him in with Cody or insert him with Roman, who he really hasn't had beef with in a while, if that at all. So I think I'm there with you too. If Seth, when he retains it, CM Punk comes back healthy, he'll lose it then. Whether it's at next year's WrestleMania or at the Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber or something, he'll lose it.
What we're going to see in this Drew versus Seth match, Seth is going to win, and Drew, I say probably the week or the 2 weeks after WrestleMania, we're going to see him get released by WWE, and he's going to go to AEW. His contract's already up. So I think this is his goodbye match, to be honest with you, because his contract was through 2023, and they literally said if you make WrestleMania on a card, doesn't matter if it's the main card or an undercard, we'll talk about contract signings. He did not, he's very underwhelming right now. I mean, like, he was great when he was going against Roman Reigns, and that they're going back to what was it, Scotland or whatever when they were fighting for the match.
Yeah.
Nowadays, dude, it's kind of tanked. Like he tried to turn heel and then he couldn't turn heel, and then he's just going downhill. So I think him in AEW is perfect.
Well, he's huge, and the big guys. There's not a lot of big guys in the WWE. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Right? We've really missed out on some of the big, huge, super heavyweights, and I just think he puts on a better show when he's fighting somebody big and he's going up against somebody.
We need
like
Braun Strowman back. That's the dude I miss.
Oh my goodness,
we need Braun back. But my match of the night. My match of the night, I think Logan Paul's going to steal the show again. This guy is built for WWE.
He is. He really is. Like
he is.
He has gotten so much
athletic.
better. Oh my goodness, he has gotten crazy better since he's been in the WWE.
And
like, I honestly said, and I said this to Welcome, who's watching, that if he didn't get hurt against Roman at that Saudi Arabia event or pay-per-view, Logan Paul could be WWE champion right now. Like, that is where that match was headed and where that storyline was headed. And I was a firm believer that if he didn't get hurt against Roman, we could have been seeing a Logan Paul WWE champion.
So here's why I think that match is going to be match of the night. He's in the ring with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Those are two of the best at putting on a great match. and I think they're going to
Very
put
true.
him over. And it's going to be pretty exciting. And he's good for a spot that a holy shit moment where gets the crowd up and everybody gets right up for that.
So,
He's so
so Welcome also put on here. Do you think Damian Priest will cash in and take the title, or you think he will cash in on Roman and Cody? Honestly, we've already talked about this. I think he's going to cash in on Gunther. I honestly think he's going to cash in on Gunther. He's not. There's no way he's going up to the top. And if he does, cool, great. We're all wrong, but this is all what we think. I honestly think that it's going to be Damian Priest cashes in after Gunther. Gunther's going to be worn down, and then after Gunther loses, cool. Give him the title till SummerSlam or whatever is next after that, and then give it back to Gunther. But yeah, I think Damian will cash it in because I think Money in the Bank's coming back up soon, and you can't have two Money in the Bank winners.
Right, someone's got to cash it in.
He has to cash it in before that. He has to. So whether it works or not, I mean, I just don't.
Not hold on. Here's something that.
No.
So we got Backlash. Money in the Bank is in July, so we've got some time. But no one has ever held it this long, right? And that's when you want to do it. You want to be on the spotlight. You want to do it at WrestleMania.
So let me say this right now. I feel like with the Rhea Ripley match, I think one person is going to come out. I think Liv Morgan comes out and interrupts that match.
If she does, I think it's going to be for Becky. Not for Becky, but like she'll interrupt it and cost Becky the matchup.
Yes,
so their little feud. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be the one interruption. But she's also going to get a massive ovation because she's right from she's right from the Philly area. She's like Cherry Hill or whatever. So she's not too far from Philly. I feel like she's going to be. I feel like
she could
be. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they'd send her out. I don't know if they do that. They may. If she does, she might come from like a crowd area or whatnot. But
yeah.
All right. Well, next up on the list, fellas, Line Brawl.
That was the greatest thing. That was hockey at its finest. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I was pulling this up, and that's when my camera went down. So maybe if I go back to trying to present this, it'll fix. But Brandon, how old were you in 1997? 2 years old. But have you seen? I'm sure you've seen the documentary and you've heard about the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh yes, Brawl. Oh yes. I was able to watch this when they were on their Stanley Cup run in 2004. Them and Osgood and
yeah. So this was great. Now, do you know what led to the Line Brawl from 2 days ago in New Jersey?
So I believe it was something that was like a week or two ago on the New Jersey side. It may have been something a coach had said or a player or however it was. Well, however it transpired, they met up that night and said, everybody's going. That was literally why hockey is the greatest sport ever.
Oh, hockey's so great. Like
I wish I
could just like fight a cold.
You imagine if you're in the NFL, right? And everybody's like lined up to say hike and they say hike, but then everybody just takes off their helmets and just starts duking it out.
or baseball. Like baseball brawls are the worst. Baseball brawls are the worst because they're just showboating in the middle of the field. But like I want somebody
yelling.
I would like grab TJ by his shirt and I'll be like, all right, we're gonna run to center field right now. Ready, go, and let go, and we go to center field where nobody's at, and we just start pummeling each other.
Like
that would be
this,
great.
The fact that we can do this in hockey where it's just and the referees just watch. Of course, they're all looking at who's falling down or whatnot, and they're just watching. It's just 5 guys are just throwing haymakers
Did the goalies go in?
No, I
No.
wish that would have been icing, literal icing on the cake if both goalies met center ice. Oh, that would have been electric.
That would have been great. That would have been great.
Just like how who was it? Braden Holtby got into a fight and he's got his face mashed in.
Oh my goodness, that or the most embarrassing fight I've ever seen was Tim Thomas versus Carey Price, and all Thomas did was just trying to throw Carey Price around. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's probably one of his most embarrassing moments.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, that fight kept popping up on my my TikTok, and I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, what am I missing?
That's
and I had to watch it over and over again. I'm just like, dude, this is actually kind of cool. Like, this is some like backyard bullshit type of deal where you're just like, dude, I hate you. We're going after it right here, right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So are the Devils? The Devils are down in the standings. So were they trying to get a leg up, or are they trying to?
No, I just think that's just bad blood.
fun,
That's
right?
just bad blood right there.
Yeah.
That's all that is. That's two teams that are, practically from the same area. They're one's in the playoff run, the other one's not. So
Yeah.
Why not? Just drop the gloves and let them do.
I was so glad that the Devils beat them though. That helps us out so much.
Yeah, the Devils are still fighting for. I mean, I don't know. They got 10. Or math is hard. They got a lot of points. They got a couple points to catch up to the Islanders. I don't think they're going to make it. Rangers are in the hunt right now. They're holding the lead of 106 points to be President Cup winners with a couple of games to go. So it's going to be
somebody's about to bail me out of jail.
Or
Sid just came up here with Oreos out of nowhere. So if we're talking about line brawls, yeah, my wife's about to get beat up because she came up with Oreos out of nowhere.
It's a 4-game suspension, big guy. Slow down.
You're gonna get 4.
It's an interesting race for that president's trophy.
Yeah, there's the Bruins
So many
are at
teams.
105, Florida's at 101. You have Dallas at 105, and the Avs have 102 points. So do the Canucks. So there's
so many teams that are like 3 to 4 points from each other, or 1, depending on who you are.
I mean, home ice is so important in hockey.
Big.
It's
Big.
the biggest advantage,
So big,
in my opinion, going into the playoffs.
yeah.
I'll be right back, fellas. I'm gonna try to fix my problem. Talk amongst yourselves.
Because especially like if you got a hot team coming in and they come out and game 1 is electric, they keep going into game 2. Now you're up 2-0. So now you're good really for 2 games. If you lose one, you're good. You're fine. You come out of that, 1-1. Now you're up 3-1 going back home. Yeah, home ice is huge.
So it's funny. The Caps played the Bruins. Was it last week? I think it was last weekend. And Brandon, you and I both know this because we went to Caps Bruins games together multiple times, and whatever. Dude, the way that DC got like ran over by Bruins fans was amazing. Like
that's Boston for you. That's every sport,
dude. It's awesome. So we have a job site in DC, and I was seeing Bruins jerseys left and right, and I'm like, that's right, the Bruins coming to town, and they literally had to go to a shootout to win this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that game was amazing, and I'm not gonna lie, dude. And I feel like that is the best rivalry in hockey.
Whoa!
And okay, right now.
Whoa! I wouldn't even say right now.
Or what's the best rivalry right now?
Well, you still got the Toronto, Boston, Montreal, New York, and the Devils.
Philly versus the world.
Philly versus Philly, Pittsburgh, Philly, Pittsburgh, Washington, Pittsburgh. I mean, the Caps and Bruins are kind of it's kind of one of those like, where are we a rivalry? Are we a rivalry? I mean, we can call ourselves a rivalry. We've had some good games, but like we really don't have any history with each other. It's kind of just like more modern day history. I mean, has been times in before where we've gotten into line brawls, and Oli Kozig and Brian Defoe almost went at it, but they were best mans because I believe it was Defoe was best man at his wedding. But yeah, that was my uncle was actually at that game with his best friend Richard. They sent me, mom, and dad, I believe, a message of them there at the games, and they got to see the fucking shootout and win. Lucky bastards.
For over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Adam posted something about it, and I was like, oh, the first game I ever took Sid to was the Bruins and Bruins Caps game, and her first ever game, she got to see a fight, she got to see overtime and a shootout, but that was when Anton Hudobin was in the net and he lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Fat bastard.
All right, guys. Last thing, right? So baseball season's here and summer's coming. Memorial Day's next week, and that means hot dogs. And I posed a question on our Facebook page. How do you enjoy your hot
Memorial
dogs?
Day's not next week.
Next month. Thank you. Big hot dog holiday. So
this is a setup question.
On a scale of 1 to 7, which hot dog do you eat?
It's a setup question.
Nope.
This is a setup question.
This is just what kind of hot dog do you enjoy when you're barbecuing and you got some wieners on the grill? Are you just a warm it up kind of guy on a 1-2, or do you like your wieners charred?
Oh, you rubbing it over there? You're getting them nice and warm, Maya? You're getting your wieners nice and warm? I see how you are. I see.
Dude, I need my boy Nas. My boy Nas is a glizzy man. Like, this dude will go to a ballpark and eat like 7 or 8 glizzies on a fucking weekend. I'll be honest with you.
Describe a glizzy. What's a glizzy?
A glizzy's a hot dog. A good, juicy, fat hot dog.
Why don't you just call it a hot dog? What makes it a glizzy?
That's the new slang for it. It's called a glizzy.
Oh, okay, sure, all right.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I cannot do hot dogs off the grill. Can't do it. I gotta put mine in the hot water. Yeah, I gotta put mine in hot water and boil it. It has a good crunch to it. Hey, you know what? That's fine. If I'm gonna do anything on the grill, it's burgers and steak. Hot dogs do not deserve to be on the grill.
I disagree. Everything can go on the grill, and I'm a 2 to 7 guy. I'll eat anything that's 2
to 7.
2 to 7. Give me what you got.
Man,
oh, these were on
like
for strong. These are no good. I'll put it down. Yeah.
He likes the dark ones.
He
likes the dark ones, the big ones.
I like the dark ones.
All right, look at the chain.
Wait, what?
Look at that chain.
I was about to say, wait, what?
All right, fellas. Well,
oh my god.
Good,
nope, not getting me with that one.
You guys want to do a hashtag no Diddy?
Diddy dumbed.
But yeah, I know you have. I know you have a type. So,
I'll be honest with you. Okay, so for as long as I've known Brandon,
and a prima donna, but you're a liar too.
For as long as I've known Brandon, okay, the only time I've ever seen him eat a hot dog was once at a ballpark, and it was a shit hot dog. Ever since then, it's always been burgers. Maybe I think maybe one hot dog, but I've not seen him eat a hot dog in years.
Nope. If you understand the crowd that I hang out with, nope.
What kind of crowd you hang out with?
Not happening.
So
not
you just
giving them fuckers any ammo. No.
All right, hey, Rob, when I come back, I'm gonna get him to eat a glizzy.
The cylinder sausage, you just don't partake in it.
Y'all ever heard of a snap dog? Robert, let's see if they know. You all ever heard of a snap dog?
No. Never heard of snap dog.
Oh my goodness! So natural casings. Have you ever heard anybody calling snap dogs?
I've never heard them called snap dogs.
What? Oh my! You too?
Wait,
you
what?
live in you were born in the Northeast along with Ma, and you have never heard of them called a snap hot dog.
A snap hot dog.
You bite into them. You bite into them.
Oh, like a red hot.
Snap, yeah.
It's a red hot.
Right.
No. Like a Mackenzie hot dog. Not a red
You
hot.
guys are
Natural
saying these names. I don't know what you guys are saying. You guys are talking East Coast over here, and it doesn't make any sense. Just
They are
No, they're
What?
talking New Englander.
We call them by the brand that they are.
dogs. They're
That's
just
what the
hot
brand
dogs.
name is.
Right. We
But
don't just call them
natural
red
casing, no.
dogs or
You just
fucking.
call them hot dogs, and then well, what do you
Well,
got?
dude,
You got a
that
Vienna.
narrows
Look
it
at that.
down.
You walk in, they got the Vienna sign, then you know they're Viennas or they're Red Hots, and those are probably the snaps that you guys call. But you either got your Red Hots or you got your Viennas, and that's it. Or yeah.
Oh my god.
Or we're not. Or we're
Oh
not
my
ordering
god.
stuff from
The
this joint.
difference in culture is amazing. Amazing.
If we're talking hot
we
dogs,
call them by the brand, and y'all are just like, no, they're just hot dogs. They're all the same. No,
They're not
they're
the
not.
same. They're not the same. That's where you go. You go to the place where they're different. They either got the Red Hots
Red Hots
or they
or
got the
Viennas,
Viennas.
yeah.
Yeah. So
are you
that's it.
a Chicago dog guy though, Marco? Like, will you devour a Chicago dog?
I'll get a Chicago dog. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like a.
Dude,
yeah.
So when this was forever and a half ago, it feels like I went to Wrigley Field and got my first ever Chicago dog there. The dude literally gave me a sign that said my first Chicago dog, and I'm like,
Ah.
am I supposed to wear this with pride? And he goes, yes, dude. He's like, you're from out of town. You had your first Chicago dog. I was like, I feel like this is almost a setup. Like, hey, I just had a big ass wiener in my mouth.
Well, no,
That's what it said.
You know, it's food. It's food. It's
The National Stadium has some good fucking food, though. I will tell you that. National Stadium has some good food.
You should see it now, dude. They've got a nacho bar.
Baltimore had some decent food, but they're like Boston, and their outside bars are way better than the inside bars and their food.
Cool shit, man. All right, guys. Well, we're at it, right? Hour 21. Good stuff. We'll talk amongst ourselves in the chat if we want to do a WrestleMania react show, or if, what type of situation we have. Maybe if it's something grasping where we're like, we need to talk about it, we can jump on Saturday night if you guys are around, Sunday night if you guys are around, and Final Four stuff. So let's good luck with the rest of you guys' brackets. I'm
Mine's in shambles.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
I will say this though, Marco, we're bringing back hot takes this week.
You want to bring back hot takes on Tuesday? Let's
we are
do it.
bringing back hot takes because
Bringing them
this
back.
is going to be a hot take weekend.
Bringing it back. We got tons of hot takes. All right, fellas. Have a good weekend. We'll talk. Thanks, everybody. Follow us on X. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everybody's gone. We went from 24 to 1. Awesome. All right, fellas. Take it easy.
Later,
Peace.
fellas.